Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to make this 3D simple beaded golden snitch. And this month was back to Hogwarts, so it's kind of in line with that, even though back to Hogwarts was a week ago. So let's get started. What you'll need for wire, you will need 16 inches or 41 centimeters of 28 gauge wire. I'm using this gold wire. I usually use this black copper wire. I find it on firemountaingems.com and it's really cheap and really easy to use. You also need two 7-inch or 18 centimeter pieces of wire. These will be to attach the little wings on. For beads, you will need 42 gold beads, or I guess whatever color you want, but I'm using gold because that's typically what a golden snitch is. You'll need 24 silver beads and 12 pearly or white beads. I'm using these like kind of translucent pearly ones. And I looked at pictures, and technically the golden snitch's wings are gold as well, but there's some portrayals of it that are like white and silver, so that's the kind that I'm doing today. You will also need a ruler to measure your wire and scissors to cut your wire. And you also need something to hold your beads in, and I'm just using these bead container things. But yeah, you'll need some sort of bead container. So let's get started. Take your longer piece of wire, the 16-inch or 41 centimeter piece, and fold it in half by meeting the two ends. And fold it back. Strip it back, fold it in half. And don't crease it too hard. Now you're going to take one of your gold beads and put it on your wire. Bring it down and have it rest in that center spot. Now, holding it in place with your thumbs or with your fingers, we're going to take one side of the wire and loop it around and through the bead. And now we're gonna make sure we keep that center and pull it tight. It should look like this when it's like halfway pulled through. And before you pull it all the way, pull it tight all the way, just make sure your wires are even, which mine are not. So if you want to fix that, pull on the loop, and whatever wire is shorter, mine is the right one, you pull that. And then just keep doing this until your wires are even, which mine are pretty much even, and you can pull tight. Now I like stripping my wires back. Now we're going to take 3 gold beads. And this tutorial is actually similar to the last one I did, which is a beaded apple. So once you have your 3 beads on, we're going to just bring them down all the way to that bead right there, that first bead that we put on. And the side of your wire that does not have beads on it, loop it around and through all 3 beads on your other wire. And pull tight. And we're going to kind of just let them curve around that center bead a little bit. I don't know if you saw that. I'll do it one more time. Alright, so pull tight and just let it curve around the center bead. You might need to move it along a little bit with your fingers. Just like that. Now we're going to take our wire, take one side of our wire, and once again put 3 gold beads on it. 3, slide those down. And now take the side that does not have beads on it and loop it around and through those beads. Now pull tight, and we're going to kind of loop it around, just let it curve those beads like that. I don't know if you saw that. I'll do it one more time just in case. Okay, so we're going to go down I can zoom in a little bit. And then we're just pulling tight and just curves around. So now we're just forming the bottom of the snitch. Now we're going to take 6 beads and put it on our wire. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now bring all of those down. And now we're going to take, okay, so this is important. As we're putting our beads on, our wire is going to change direction. So see, now it's sticking up. But here, I'll show you after I put this on. So take your empty wire, loop it around, and stick it through all these beads. So pay attention to the direction of the wire. Okay, so after we pull tight, and again, just curve it with the shape of the ball. Look at our wires. They're now facing that way. So now we're going to flip it around, and because you know what we don't want to do, we don't want to add 2 rows on top of each other, then it'll be lopsided. So what we want to do, if you see our wires right here, they're almost forming, here, let me get something to point with. They're almost forming a zigzag. See, first this wire, you can barely see it, but it goes this way, then it goes that way, then it goes that way. Now it's going this way again. So we want to form that zigzag, and we don't want to do 2 rows of beads directly on top of each other. We want to alternate sides, so then our snitch is not lopsided. Hopefully that makes sense. And let's continue. So now we're going to take 6 beads once again on our wire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Bring those down. Now we're going to take our empty wire, loop it around and through these beads. Pull tight, and when you pull it, it might naturally just want to curve around like that. There we go, and you might need to push it a little bit. So now we're really seeing the bottom of our little snitch here. Now we're going to take another 6 beads, put it on our wire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Bring those down. And now we're going to take our empty wire, loop it around, and stick it through all those beads. Pull tight and curve it around like that. All right, we're going to do one more row of 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Bring it down. Take your empty wire, loop it around and through the beads, all 6 of them, and pull tight. All right. See, if you see it now, we can more clearly see that zigzag pattern. If you look right there. Boop, 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 boop. All right. Now we're gonna put 3 beads on our wire like we did at the beginning. So 3 beads. 1, 2, 3. Bring those down and do the same process. Take your empty wire, string it through and through the beads. Now pull tight. Just let it rest. These ones won't curl. Now we're going going to take 3 more beads. One, 2, 3. Bring it down. Take your empty wire. String it through the beads and pull tight. Now we're going to take 1 bead on our wire. This should be our last gold bead. Bring it down. And now do the same process, just with 1 bead. And pull it tight. Just like that. And it looks like this is a little sunken in right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors. Careful if you're doing this. And I'm just going to stick it inside it and stick it inside the ball, and then just kind of use it as a lever just to kind of like pull it out a little bit and just straighten it a little bit. You can push down, and really you can adjust this however much you want because it's wire and it can bend, which is nice. Alright, now we're going to finish off our gold ball. So we're going to loop the wire around and through this bead, the last bead that we put on, and pull tight. Now we're going to put the other one around and do that the opposite way. Pull tight. And now we're going to take our 2 wires and twist them together. There we go. We have a little bit of extra wire, so we're just going to snip that off with our scissors. There we go. And now I like to fold this little pointy bit down so I don't get scratched or nobody else gets scratched. There we go. And there is our little golden ball. And now all we need to do is add the wings. Okay, so now you're going to take one of your shorter 7-inch or 18-centimeter pieces of wire, and we're going to stick it through the side of our snitch. If you see this zigzag right here, we're going to stick it through around the middle of our zigzag, like around 1, 2, 3 rows up, 3 rows of beads up, and then bring it out through the top. You might need to be wiggled around a little bit. So close. All right, got it. So it should come out there. Just like that, and we're going to add the wing on here. But first, make sure your wires are even, which obviously mine are not. So just find the center like that. And now let's get onto the wing. So first you're going to add 1 silver bead to your wire. One silver bead, bring it down, and you're going to do the same thing that you did. You're going to take your empty wire, bring it around, and stick it through that silver bead. Now pull tight, and just make sure your wires are fairly even. It's okay if they're a little not even like this because we will have a little bit extra wire. So we're going to pull tight, and this is the starting of our little wing. I'm going to turn mine around so I can get a straight edge on the top of the wing. If you kind of see, it's kind of straight right here. So I'm going to aim to get that. You don't have to do it though, it's just personal preference. Okay, so now take one silver bead and put it on your wire, and make sure the silver beads are at the top of the wing. Then put a pearl or translucent white, whatever bead on your wire. Now take the empty wire, loop it around, and pull tight. Just like that. Now we're going to take 3 silver beads and put them on our wire. 1, 2, and 3. Do the same process. Just like that. You can see the wings starting to take shape. Now we're going to take another silver, put it on your wire, and then 2 pearl beads and put them on our wire. Bring them down. Do the same process. Pull tight. Now we're going to take 3 silver beads once again, put them on our wire. There we go, pull tight. Now we're going to take a silver bead again, put it on our wire, and then along with 2 pearl beads. Bring it down, do the same process. Pull tight just like that. Now we're going to take 2 silver beads, put it on our wire, and we're starting to taper off the wing to a point now. So do the same process. You might need to make some adjustments if needed. There we go. And now we're going to take 1 pearl bead and put it on our wire. There we go. Do the same process and pull tight. All right, now we're going to tie this wing off the same way we did the actual snitch. So take 1 wire, loop it around through the last bead we put on. Take the other wire, loop it around. And if you have trouble doing this, then you could just twist or skip these steps that I'm doing right now and just twist the wires together. That would probably work too. Then just don't cut the wires off too short. So twist and trim off your extra. And this is the, let's see, I'm not sure. This is the left wing or right wing, depends on how you look at it. But now I'm just going to fold down this pointy bit. And I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. So take your other 7-inch piece of wire, or 18 centimeters. I'm going to zoom in for you. Stick it between, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 3 layers up. So 1, 2, 3, stick it through the midpoint of your snitch. And just string it through until you get it out of the top. You might need to go round from the other side, go round from the top. There we go, and then just wiggle it around until you get there. need it to come out right there. There we go. All right. Pull and make sure your wire is centered. Just like that. There we go. And now let's do the second wing. So it's the same process that we did before. So 1 silver. Make sure your wires are even. And pull tight. Now we're going to take another silver bead, put it on our wire. And then a pearl bead, put it on our wire. You know what to do. Now we're going to take 3 silver beads. 1, 2, 3. Bring them down. We're going to put 1 silver bead and then 2 pearl beads on our wire. 1 silver, 2 pearl, now we're going to put 3 silver beads on our wire. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to do another row of 1 silver and 2 2 pearl beads. Pull tight. Now we're going to use our last 2 silver beads. Pull tight. Now we're going to use our very last bead, our very last pearl bead, and put it on our wire. Wire through, pull tight, and you'll finish your wings. Yay! But we have to finish this wing off first. So do the same process, or you can just immediately just twist your wires together. Pull tight on that. There we go. Now snip off the extra, but not too much. There we go. And now I'm going to fold down the pointy bit. And there is your finished golden snitch. I hope yours turned out super well. And you can always make some little adjustments, like I like to curve my little wings a little bit. But there we go. There's our finished golden snitch. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and it was pretty easy to follow. Happy back to Hogwarts, everybody, and I will see you in my next video for another tutorial. And feel free to leave suggestions down below in the comments. I will see you later. Bye!